Heather Hitchcock, and I'm going to be talking about what does it mean to be a culturally competent educator. Um, to begin with, what does being culturally competent mean? For me, I think the way that I view it is that to be culturally competent as an educator means for me that I would be willing um, to learn from my students. Um, when you have diverse, backgrounds and cultures and all kind of, different things in the classroom, you have to be willing to get to know those students, to spend time learning about them, but then also taking the time to get to know them, um, in regards to their culture, their background, things that are important to them. And then once you know that, be willing to kind of take a step back and maybe see things in their perspective and be willing to learn from them. Um, Also, just viewing having that the cultural diversity in the classroom as a positive thing, not like, oh gosh, here I've got to I have so many different um, or various cultures in my classroom. How in the world am I going to, not viewing it as an overwhelming or negative thing, but really taking that time to get to know the student and viewing that the things that they can bring to the class, and viewing that in a positive manner. Um, and as far as where do I see myself on the cultural competency continuum chart? I don't think that I have it all together, because I feel like there's always room to grow. Um, but I definitely feel like I'm aware, and that I do take like the time to get to know the kids in the classroom. We just started back to school right now, and so we just had our first day of school Friday, so tomorrow will be like another first day of school. So we are definitely in the process of getting to know our students right now. But I'm very much aware that there are various cultures that are represented in the classroom, and being able to interact effectively, possibly even work with people who have various cultures. For me, I work with a lot of different ladies that have different belief system than I do, and so sometimes that comes up in discussions and how to manage a classroom. For me as a believer, I always go back to the Christian faith, and for them, it's a little different. And so respecting the differences, embracing those differences, and really having that open-minded, perspective of I'm really going to listen to what they have to say. Um, what will it take for me to get to the next step, or to deepen my cultural confidence? I think it's just knowing myself and understanding, my personal biases as an individual, and being aware of those things, um, and trying to learn and to grow in my understanding and knowledge of other students. How am I going to teach with a diverse class? I think it always goes back to taking the time to get to know your students and embracing each child and what they bring to the class family. For me personally, that's how I am going to view my classroom, is that we are a family. And um, there's a saying, I'm from Georgia, so the South, and it's you don't get to choose your family. And so classrooms similar to that. We won't necessarily choose who makes up our class, but at the end of the day, we are going to be a family, and means we're going to respect one another, and we're going to, really show care and kindness to one another, and embrace the good qualities of each other, but then also try to learn from each other. Um, Implementing strategies for ensuring a safe and supportive classroom. I think, establishing that, in my class, that everybody has something to bring to the table, and we should respect each person and the wonderful things that they bring to the table. Um, I think that the more training opportunities we can have as educators, workshops, videos, um, even books. I think that those are all wonderful tools that we can use as educators to grow in our knowledge of what it means to be culturally competent as an educator. And I look forward to learning more about the subject and in ways that I can improve in my knowledge over it to be the best educator, the best teacher that I can be. Thank you.